Hey everybody, Eric M N Twins 20 here. We're going to do a little vlog, unscripted vlog. It is Monday, March 9th, 2026. It is the beginning of the NFL legal tampering season. The league year doesn't start till Wednesday, but teams are allowed to contact free agents. I think they're only allowed 5. It has to be over the phone with their agents and the player. But that starts today, 3 p.m. Central Time today. Daylight savings, which happened yesterday. Yay. So lots of news is going to be breaking today about players at 3 o'clock coming to tentative agreements. Players that have already been cut can meet with teams and sign whoever they want to. Players that are not cut yet but will be by Wednesday, that's different. But going to be an interesting time period. The Vikings made a move during the night. They re-signed Eric Wilson, so he's staying put. He came back last season, did a good job, so they're keeping him in the fold. It sounds like they're tendering a restricted free agent tender on Ivan Pace. A lot of people are freaking out about that one. I don't see a big deal about that. Yeah, Pace dropped off, but I think that's just more for depth and special teams. That's why he's back. He's not going to be a starter. They're going to go get somebody else or draft somebody, I predict. The big news is Kyler going to come to Minnesota? I still think he's going to. I think he'll be back. I think he's going to come here for the veteran minimum, which is $1 million, a little over $1 million. I don't want Kirk Cousins back, but if he did, he's going to be better than what we got last year. JJ was atrocious, although he showed flashes. Max Brosmer, I'm sorry. That was terrible. Carson Wentz. Anybody coming in here is going to be better than what we got last year. But I'm warming up to the idea of Kyler Murray. I think he's just been in the wrong system with the wrong coaches. He's got the tools here needed to win. If he comes here and he's not successful, then everybody's going to get fired next offseason. And we're going to get a new quarterback in the 2027 quarterback-heavy draft. So we'll see how it goes. My one big wish, and I hope somebody in Minnesota Viking camp sees this. I doubt it, but go get Tyler Linderbaum. Stop fucking around with the center position. We've been effing around with it for years between Pat Elflein and Garrett Bradbury and then Ryan Kelly last year. Stop fucking around. Get a stud at center and be done with it. Tyler Linderbaum is a good, solid center coming out of Iowa a few years ago. We had the chance to draft him, and Kwesi fucked it up. He fucked up not getting Kyle Hamilton. Traded back with the fucking Lions. He let Kyle Hamilton go to the Ravens, and we got Lewis Cine and then Andrew Booth Jr., and it was a cluster F. Linderbaum went to the Ravens, has done well, and we've struggled at safety, minus Harrison Smith. We've struggled at corner. We've struggled at center. It's just like, now we got Rob B in charge, cleaning up Kwesi's mess, and doing a damn good job of it. Now's the chance. We're back in the green. If we're not going to make a ton of splash like we did the last 2 seasons, I understand that, but if you're going to do one big free agent signing and spend some money, do it at the center position. The offensive line is already looking pretty good. We got 2 solid tackles in Brian O'Neill, Christian Darrisaw, if they can stay healthy. Donovan Jackson we drafted last year at left guard. Will Fries is okay. He's going to be here at least another year or 2. If you can get Linderbaum in there at the center position, then we're set. And, of course, the main thing is health-wise. But I would be ecstatic that Linderbaum signs with the Vikings. And if he does, I'm going to get back on here, and I'm going to be hooting and hollering, and I'm going to be excited. As far as other positions, I mean, running back, I can see us signing a second-tier running back. I don't think they're going to get Kenneth Walker. The Seahawks are letting him go, and I think that's going to be a mistake. I don't see us getting him. I think we're going to get a second-tier guy, or we're going to go get one in the draft. I wouldn't mind getting Love in the draft, but I think we're going to be out of his range, and I don't see him dropping to 18. If he does, though, you have to take him. But we got other needs at corner, safety. The safety out of Oregon seems like the perfect fit. The guy that can replace Harrison and be day one starter. I could see that happening. I could see us trading Gennard and getting a late first round pick. And then I could see us drafting a corner at 18. And then if the safety from Oregon, Dylan Thiemann, I think his name is, if he's there at like 30, 31, if we get the draft pick from Seattle or New England, say like they want Gennard and they give us their late first, which is basically an early second, then I could see us taking him there. I would be fine with that. I'd be fine with them taking an 18. I think it might be a reach, but then again, a lot of teams need safety, so it might not be a reach to take the safety at 18. I could see us doing that so we don't lose them later on, and then taking a center, or not a center, a corner at the end of the first round into the second. I could see us doing that. I could also see if we don't get Linderbaum, drafting one. You have to get a center somehow, either by free agency or the draft, because we got nobody. We got Michael Juergens and we have Brandel. Brandel was okay, but he's not a starter. Juergens is a backup. He's okay, but neither guy is a reliable starter. We need a reliable starter. Brandel and Juergens are better as guys off the bench that could fill in for other positions, especially tackle and guard. And in a pinch, maybe start at center. I'm sorry, it's dark. It's cloudy outside, so it's kind of... Here, let's do... Whoa, that's way too bright. So I could just turn my light on here. Give me a second. So, but yeah, we definitely gotta get center and running back. And I think Kyler's gonna come here. If Kyler doesn't come here, just off record, I don't want Geno Smith. I'd be fine with Kirk Cousins coming back. I don't want Aaron Rodgers here. I don't want his diva-like attitude here. He can go away. I do not want Tua. They just cut Tua today, and I'm sorry, but we just dealt with a center that was having concussion issues. Don't need our quarterback to be going through that either. Tua can go wherever. Don't want him here. So I'd be fine with Kirk Cousins coming back and just rolling with him for another year. And then in the draft next year, when it's with a heavy quarterback draft in 2027, find somebody else. Stockpile the first round picks if you have to. Trade up, go get your top guy if you have to get in the top 3. I don't think we're going to be as bad as some of the bad teams are. I don't think we're going to be bad enough to get into the top 5. I think we'd have to trade up to get there. Worst case scenario, I see us in the top 10, but I don't see us being like the Jets and teams like that. I don't think we're going to be that bad. So we have to stockpile those draft picks for next year to get there. It's going to be an interesting day. I will break in if something major happens for the Vikings today. Let's talk about other things real quick here. NASCAR race yesterday. Reddick finally lost a race. He didn't win. He finished 8th. So my write that down prediction of him winning 2 more races the next month. I'm going to have to wait till next week for the first one. That's fine. I didn't expect him to win this week. So congratulations, Ryan Blaney. I am following NASCAR from afar. I'm not really watching, the actual races. I'm just seeing highlights. I haven't followed NASCAR since well after Dale died. I wasn't a fan of Earnhardt's, but I was happy for him when he won the 500. And then I saw the race where he lost his life. And I watched once in a while, off and on since then. Ever since my drivers, all my favorites started retiring. Bobby Labonte, DW, his last run was in 2000. He retired and then got into broadcasting the year Dale died. DW was my dude when I grew up. Bobby Labonte, I liked him. Mark Martin, he was my secondary behind Darrell. Kyle Petty, when he drove the Mellow Yellow car. Duh. But my drivers were Darrell Waltrip, Mark Martin, Bobby Labonte when he came in. I liked Rusty. Rusty was cool. He had the Kodiak car, the 27 car, and then he switched the Miller Genuine Draft, the black number 2. That was cool. I liked Rusty was cool. But And then I just kind of got out of NASCAR when all my favorite drivers started dying. I should say dying off, retiring off. Um, and then they went into the stupid playoff thing. I was done with NASCAR. They need to go back the way it was when it was the chase. That was better. This stage racing is bullshit. Everybody hates it. It's ridiculous. NASCAR needs to do a better job. But I've been watching from afar, and it's been interesting, especially Reddick winning 3 of the 4 races so far. Very interesting. Twins are still doing things. They got a little bit of a problem here. And it's a good problem to have. They got some outfielders that are doing good in spring training. Rodon, Outman's doing good. Emmanuel Rodriguez is doing good. They had a scare with Buxton. He got plunked on the elbow or hand during the World Baseball Classic, so he's been kind of out for a few games. Hopefully it's nothing serious. But they need to figure out something with their outfield because they got too many guys and guys out of options. Oh, Trevor Larnach's the other one. So I think one of them guys is going to get, one or a bunch of them are going to get cut or traded. And I know there's teams that need outfield help due to suspensions. There's a couple teams that have guys that have been suspended, including there's a dude on the Braves, I believe. He got suspended last year for 80 games for PEDs. Comes back this spring and he got busted again. Same exact fucking reason. Now he's out for the full season. It's like, how big of a dumbass do you have to be to get suspended 2 years in a row for the same stunt? So the Braves need outfield help. The Phillies need outfield help. Their guy got busted for the first time, I believe. He's an 80 gamer. So Twins have guys that are probably available. It's going to get interesting. The pitching situation with Pablo out for the season. Bailey Ober, we're not sure on him. His velocity took a hit. David Festa's hurt. They got some big questions to fill out for the Twins before they head north to play the Orioles on opening day. Timberwolves are kicking its butt. Wild are kicking its butt. It's very interesting times here. Of course, we got the draft coming up next month in April for NFL. Looking forward to that. And I think that's about it. Oh, the daylight savings. I was going to mention about that. A lot of people bitching about it because it happened yesterday. I don't like it myself, but it is what it is. But I will say this: if they're going to get rid of it, do it when you go back an hour, not when you spring forward and just leave it. I don't want that. If you're gonna do away with it, do it in the fall after the clock to time chain goes back to standard. When we gain an hour of sleep, then get rid of it. Say, okay, we're done. We're not gonna do this anymore, and then just see how it goes and go from there. But a lot of people want us to just be done with it now. Just get rid of it now. Well, no, you don't want to do it here because you don't want to leave it the way it is now and have daylight start later in the morning in the wintertime. That just will fuck everything up. I'd rather go back and then be done with it. I'd rather have longer sleep, darkness than anything in the wintertime. So, and it's studies have been proven that standard time is a lot better on the body than daylight savings. So, can't think of anything else going on here. Personally wise, I got surgery coming up. I think I mentioned that before. I got another foot surgery coming up at the end of this month. They're going to take out more knuckles on my left foot to help with I got another ulcer on the bottom of my foot. So they're going to take 2 more knuckles out on my pinky and my ring toe on my left side, and then on the right side where my pointer toe, the one next to where the big toe is gone, that I broke that one in the middle one because of the overcompensating for no big toe, and there's some broken bone in there still, so it's kind of affecting me. So they're gonna go and clean that up. So yeah, I'm gonna be under the knife again this month, and I've been dealing with some other stuff health wise, so it's just been a shit show. But spring is upon us. It's been in the 50s here. Snow is melting, thank God. Hopefully we're not getting any snow, even though it's March, and March is usually the one last hurrah for us in Minnesota for snow. So we'll see. It's going to be a busy time here, but just wanted to break in and do something here. That the NFL tampering season has begun. And if anything happens with the Vikings, I'm gonna talk about it, and I'll get back to you guys. So until next time, peace out.